Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. Kson Socho, Kson on air, whichever one you want to call her, was a member of VShojo. I say was because she's the next one of the dominoes to fall in this whole situation. She got into VShojo in July 2022 as the basically inaugural first member of VShojo JP. Her and Nazuna were the first ones to start off there. Then you got Hime and others. So she has decided to leave VShojo in an interesting way. Of course, this is her Twitter. Yesterday, she removed the VShojo thing. This VShojo mark here is a lot harder to remove. There's a lot more involved in there, so don't read too much into her having that there. She posted this yesterday. We need an explanation. Please answer VShojo. This was basically a call out to VShojo, where, you know, she actually did the long stream. I'm not going to cover the long stream itself, but I am going to cover what she said. She says, feeling ashamed for all the positive stuff I've said about the company, to turn out to be a effing lie. Yes, go ahead and laugh at me. Why am I so dumb? Why did I not learn why do I always try to see the good side of people just to learn they don't effing care? Of course it's all about money. I'm nothing for the corpos without the money. But you know what? I'm still lucky because I got you. My Shine ties. As long as I'm living, I'm thriving. Kersha said it's not your fault. In an industry that runs very similar to showbiz, it's good to have at least some good people who see the good in things. Some people who see the good in things as well as be good to others. Shoto as well says always people that want to do good by their community and the people that support them who get taken advantage of in this space. You didn't know and were just wanting to believe in good people and hard work. I'm sorry this S had to keep happening. I won't laugh at you. I laughed at myself that I can't protect the one I love again. Sorry, boss. A lot of people were basically saying, don't blame yourself, which is very true. Don't blame yourself. Blame the people who did this. Now, a small little clip that I am going to show you is her live on stream with the CEO, Gunrun, of VShojo. One of the people who did wrong by her. And she quits live on stream. Let's take a look. Let's take a look fully. And of course, let's see what the sound is here.
I quit VShojo today.
はい。
VShojo やめます今日。
はい。
はい。31日予定でしたけど、今日やめます。
And it's the JP CEO. That's a little correction that I have to make right here. It's a JP CEO. I thought it was Gunrun, but it's the JP CEO, the one that she directly talks to, the one that she directly has communication with. She talked to them because, unfortunately, Gunrun actually is hiding. From what it looks like, Gunrun is actually hiding. The only one who dared to show their face was the JP CEO. So I do apologize that it was not Gunrun. It was the JP CEO because Gunrun apparently doesn't really have the cojones to show up as far as I can tell. So we are going to, you know, wish her the best of luck. Wish her all the luck in the world. And of course, I do hope the best for her. I do wish the best for her. And I do wish that she has as much fun as possible being an indie because she's very much loved by the community. And here is post edit Salvi here talking about what's going on, of course. And I do need to add to the Kson thing about this. This was the CEO of VShojo, well, the quote-unquote CEO of JP VShojo, not Gunrun. But it's basically a manager. VShojo works like hololive, like cover. They have the big CEO, and then they have executive managers for each of their branches. He is an executive manager for the branch. He just said, in his opinion, the money was probably used, the 500K that wasn't given to Mousy, to Mousy's Immunodeficiency Foundation. Immune Deficiency Foundation are seen as most likely used as working capital. What this means for everybody is they probably used it for projects. They probably used it to pay off the talents themselves, to pay off any bills and any things there, which is what the heck. Working capital is the company's, you know, the things that the company uses for to actually use their...
去年の9月から ですかね、まあ、それより前からかもしれないですけど、9月にそれより前の分がドッといきなり入ってきて、でそこから以降音沙汰なしっていう感じだったんで、運転資金っていうのはスタッフさんへの給料っていう形で理解してよろしいでしょうか。
も、
Yes, take a look.
おそらく、
はい。
まず一つ、私が見えてるところ。
So let's go back to what she said here. What she said here is that, according to this, at least for me, she hasn't had any capital from VShojo for projects or anything like that. I'm not sure if that means she wasn't paid since September, but it still is bad. She said she hasn't received anything from September, and then after like before September, and then it suddenly came in after September. So I don't know exactly what she's talking about, but this all still does not look bad. The good for VShojo. It's really bad. Michimochievee is a member of VShojo, or was a member of VShojo. As you can see here, they removed the VShojo badge. They removed the VShojo mark there. They had a little badge there that was a V that a lot of them had. That is now removed because they have been officially released from any contract that they had with VShojo. So that shows you anybody who was a part of VShojo who no longer has that V means that they were been officially released from the contract in VShojo, which is good. Good news for her. Let's continue on. She says, hey, so I'll be streaming later tonight at 10 p.m. GMT to talk about my situation and future plans and projects and such. It'll be a short stream, I think, but thank you for supporting me, and I appreciate you guys tons. Wild Spice, other people gave a lot of support, and let's talk about what she said. Let's hear exactly from her mouth. I'm going to do it in a short way, and then, come at the other side with you. So let's see here.
My own situation, and no one else. I am in no way talking about other people or representing anyone. And yeah, oh, fuck. As of today, chat, I have officially left VShojo, which is insane to say.
Yeah.
Why? I should have muted that.
Oh God, she did the Pedro Pet thing. She's like, I should have muted that.
Redo, bro. Redo. Yo. Okay. I muted that. Fuck you. That was supposed to be a crazy... Yeah, but no, you know what? I appreciate it. I'm getting so nervous and I'm getting emotional. So that's very nice. But yeah, no, it's true. I know I laughed at it. But yeah, I have officially left VShojo. So I'm not part of it anymore. I will say that on Twitter and stuff, there's like that handle thing. I don't think it's in my control to sort that, but I'm not sure if VShojo will be announcing this publicly due to everything that's been going on. But yeah, officially now, I will continue as just me. Yay. And stuff like that. Oh gosh. Thank you. I'm sorry. 1 second, y'all. I need to drink.
And we're going to skip to where she says something else.
But basically, I recently found out that VShojo owes me a good amount of unpaid debt.
So we have Mouse who's owed. We have Kson who's owed. VShojo was not able to pay their talents. They now know that the talents are now finding out through Iron Mouse and everyone else that they are being owed a lot of money. That VShojo did not have funds to pay them. That's why they pocketed the 500K to try to figure out a way to maybe get out of the situation that they're in. This absolutely sucks. Let's continue.
Also have
this has been at least, according to Kson, at least since September of last year.
The reasons that I was advised not to get into or say too much of as of now. So I'm sorry if I can't talk about that. But this is just one reason that has led me to my decision of terminating my contract with VShojo. And I want you guys to know, it's not fully about, like, the money for me. I wanted to give you guys a quick backstory on everything, just so then you can fully understand what...
We aren't going to go into the backstory on this video, per se, but the big issue is, like, it's not about the money. It's about the trust. It's about being lied to. It's about not being able to know about in the future if your personal situation is going to continue positively or negatively. Because yeah, technically it's not just about the money, but the money helps you live. The money helps you have a good life. The money helps you pay your bills, helps you get food, helps you get treatment if you are in a hospital. That money goes a long way. So it's not like, they're greedy money. No, it's like, am I going to be able to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to help my parents? Am I going to be able to live in the world which requires money to live in it? And that sucks that she had to go through that. K9 Kuro was a member of VShojo. As of right now, I don't think he is anymore. We're going to go over everything that he said. They did come from a bad company to start off with. They came from a company that treated them horribly, which was Nijisanji. They were mysterious from Nijisanji. So they got mistreated by Nijisanji already. They came to a company that promised them the world, that promised them to fix things. They actually helped fix his tax situation. If you remember, Mr. Rias owed I think $300,000 in taxes or something like that, back taxes, because he made a lot of money in Nijisanji. He came to VShojo. They actually gun run got him in contact with good tax attorneys, good tax people. He got the tax stuff done and handled with and all that kind of stuff in between. But the issue is other things in the background, as we now know, were hitting VShojo. Now, why am I talking about here? I'm talking about him going through and actually making his statement. And this statement here is that I didn't want to say anything until it's finalized, but since people keep making assumptions, no, I am not staying here. I've already submitted a leave contract, and I have had that meeting 11 days ago. The only reason I still have a VShojo brand logo on here is still because they have to remove it themselves. As an associate, you cannot remove it yourself. Like I said before, I said it many times. I said it when I streamed the other day. The VShojo brand mark is something they cannot remove. They can remove VShojo from their name. That's easy. But the brand mark, since they are still associated underneath the brand until the brand releases everything to them, and they are no longer under the brand account, the VShojo brand will stay there, the little V that you have there. Same with every other member. In any case, I'm just waiting for the contract to be all fulfilled and done with. I'm guessing I'm in Indy now. Hello, Indie boy. This changes nothing, actually, but can we have the pregnant man emoji in your display name back again? And he did. He put it back. He put it back. He put it back there. But he continues on to say, and there it goes. How do you do, fellow indie VTubers? Add a horse emoji. Excuse me? Awful. Your pregnant emoji is more fun than mine. And it says, why does it look like Frisk from Undertale? First step is an indie. And then, he responds like, I'm going to make a tweet about how I'm looking for friends in the VTuber sphere and want people to link other VTuber creators, so I should watch the engagement bait. So he says he's going to be doing engagement bait. So at least he's taking it in stride. He's taking it in positive steps. He's doing what he can to make sure that people aren't depressed. They aren't depresso espresso, if you know what I mean. That is what he is going to be trying to do, what he's going to be trying to continue doing. And of course, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. The whole situation blows chunks, to say the least. It does. But yeah, it's a tough one. And I do wish Kuro the best. I do wish Kuro the best in everything that he does. He's an amazing person, like I mentioned. He was a part of another company. Amazing person. He's going to do well. Projekt Melody is, of course, one of the founding members of VShojo. She's an English-speaking VTuber, of course, with VShojo. She's done a lot for the company. She's one of the reasons why they are where they are. Because if it wasn't for her, Mousy, Zentreya, etc., VShojo wouldn't be a thing. They put a lot of trust into the company. They put a lot of high expectations into the company, and they failed them. The main reason, this is of course her Twitter, main reason why I wanted to talk about this is this statement here overall. She says, I waited to make a statement. And of course, she still has the VShojo thing. Remember, that is not something that she can control. They have to release her from her contract and release her from affiliation with them in order for this to be gone. So I waited to make a statement because I'm always anxious and struggle to find my words. But yes, I'm leaving VShojo. It was an OG talent, but I put my everything into this company, but I'm beyond devastated at what happened. And I never in a million years thought that I'd be saying these words. This is a betrayal of the company towards every single one of their talents. She said yesterday, after, the situation that happened with Mousy, I feel sick, I need to think. And of course, people down here saying, please stay safe. Don't feel negative for this. Don't feel like you're responsible for this, because she's one of the founding members. She might feel a little bit too much responsibility for what is going on. And that is, of course, something that she doesn't deserve. Doesn't deserve to feel this way. doesn't deserve to feel that she is responsible for what is happening in this organization. The organization is a shitty one, not her. And that is what I wanted to put out there for Melody specifically, because she is she's someone who a lot of people saw, positively. A lot of people saw as a bright light, a bright shining light in everything. So it is, of course, tough to see that she is feeling bad, and it's tough to see that she is suffering in these situations. But I do wish her the best, of course, and I do know every single one that's leaving VShojo, including Projekt Melody, are going to have lots of success because people are going to rally behind them because they are the victims here. Along with everyone else who has had issues with VShojo, they are the victims here. They're absolutely the victims, and of course, they are going to be, rallied behind and going to see positivity in the future. The dominoes have started to fall. Amalee is one of the ones that has mentioned that she is going to be leaving VShojo. Amalee is here, Lee. She is one of the most recent members of VShojo EN to pop in there. In fact, I think she is the most recent one to pop in. The fact that she can leave so quickly means that there was an exit ramp in their contract. What I mean by an exit ramp is usually a contract will have something for, let's say, causing reputational harm, damage to the company, that type of thing. They can either be fired or they can quit in those situations. In this case, this is basically her saying, in no uncertain terms, she's going to be leaving. She says, as of today, I will be terminating my contract with VShojo effective immediately, and I will be returning to being an independent VTuber and content creator. Nothing about this content will change. As I was an indie for 18 years before signing with VShojo, because she was an IRL singer and she was an indie in everything that was going on. So she was an indie for everything. And that is, of course, it sucks. She wanted to do VShojo because she wanted to get the benefits of VShojo, get a little bit of, be able to relax a little bit, because VShojo is going to be handling the big, heavy stuff that a lot of big indie VTubers end up covering, end up having, end up using, end up doing, that type of thing. So it is absolutely unfortunate to see this happen to her, to see her have to go through this kind of crap. And it says, and I retain my IP. My love goes out to the talents. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for your continued support as we look toward the future. Shy Lily, Shoto. Also, Shy Lily and Shoto came out recently, said that they were being scouted by VShojo to join, and they're glad that they didn't. I don't know when it was that they were doing that, but that's another little thing, little tidbit that we have there. Aru, Sonada, Sera, everyone, Miss Lala, giving as much support as they possibly can for the poor talents. Like, it does suck to see this happen, and it does suck that she did feel comfortable for a bit. She was starting to feel comfortable, and then all of this happened. But yeah, the Pirates Pup Center, every single place like that, all those people are actually working hard to make sure that everything is, they were trying to work hard to make sure that everything was going to be working on their end, and it ended up not working out on their end. That's what sucks about the whole situation. That really just puts a damper on everything, puts a damper on the whole situation. It really is tough to see. But I do wish her the best in what she's doing moving forward. I do wish her the best overall. And as a last little bit that she's giving to her community, she does say, thanks for letting me be the little guy on the internet. I'm very thankful that streaming found me, and I'm profoundly grateful for the people I've met along the way. I love you all. Just wanted to add this little bit in there, of course, because Zentreya sends big love. Vienna, everybody's sending more love. Just wanted to show you guys that she does appreciate you all, and that she is glad that she was a part of this, period. Amamiya Nazuna is someone who left VShojo a while back, but of course, she did have VShojo in her name recently, like a while back. She has kept her IP. She hasn't really done Nazuna stuff recently at all, but she is, basically woke up from the dead and came out and was like, yep, I am not going to be associated with VShojo. I'm not going to have VShojo on my name, period, at all. And that is what she did. She woke up and she chose violence, and she was like, VShojo's over. I'm not going to be, having a leech like that stuck to me. I'm going to make sure that this is gone. This is, of course, just a short section because, like you've seen here, she doesn't have very much, but she did put out something here when it came to a statement. So let's read her statement as she puts out here. She says, of course it's all translated, when I debuted with VShojo, there were a ton of overseas listeners and 50,000 people showed up for my Twitch debut stream. I once talked about how I wish VShojo talents would stop raiding me without permission because of the sheer number of people. I also told them I wanted more Japanese talents to join. After a year, Nazuna, who doesn't speak English, has been doing it alone on Twitch. Continuing on here. I held on for a year, but I realized it was impossible. So after graduating, I was told right away, please remove the mention of graduation from VShojo. And I felt very sad and lonely. Even though we had been together for a long time, to be told that after graduating, it hurt me. Anyway, I hope everyone finds happiness. So I'm not sure if VShojo told her that, or if she said that, like she was told that by talents. Originally, since Nazuna had a lot of overseas listeners, after rating other people as expected, those listeners gradually drifted toward other EN girls who could speak English, unlike Nazuna, and it felt disappointing. And of course, you know, it's okay for her to feel this way. There were times when I wondered suspiciously if the goal was Nazuna's overseas listeners, but I want to believe that's not the case. That is a little inappropriate during these times, but Nazuna is kind of known as that type of person. I feel that last part was a little bit inappropriate, but she has been very open with the way she feels. She's been very open with her emotions. And Nazuna does deserve happiness. She's also been, from my understanding, a very insecure person overall and has had mental issues regarding that. So she is working on those things, but sometimes those gremlins of feeling you're not enough, that imposter syndrome will come up. And I think that's what's happening here. To be perfectly honest, to be more objective, I think a lot of this ended up being the gremlins that are like, oh, you're not enough, oh, you're not worth it, you're not worth anything. Those gremlins that I have as well kind of popped up for her, so I can kind of understand this. Zentreya was a part of VShojo. She did leave recently herself. She left from the company on her own terms and did her own stuff, and that is something that we know now. It was because, you know, they weren't getting paid. There was like Kson said 10 months that they weren't paid for sponsorship stuff. It's maybe somewhere more, maybe somewhere less, but a lot of bad things were happening. She tried to do it on the best situation. She knew things were going on behind the scenes. She stopped following Mouse for a bit so Mouse can deal with her own stuff, and then followed her after all this stuff happened again. We have here that what she's saying here. Let me go over it right now. She says, someone who worked with VShojo was giving out info. What the F? Are we so effing serious? The gun run, dude, what the absolute F? I wasn't aware of this, and I'm assuming the others weren't either. Did you know? Edit, reading, it was a JP side, and it's so F, dude. It still stands, and I personally don't even know what all happened behind the scenes in EN. I just followed so blindly leading VShojo, thinking it's all cool, man. F me for being stupid. Of course, don't blame yourself. Everyone down here was like, do not blame yourself. Do not blame yourself. This was not your fault. This was not something that you actually thought of. Not something that you could have ever known. You're just an actual person behind the scenes type of thing. And this is what she's talking about. This one, I'll give you the TLDR of it. I read it the other day. I read it on my other stream. Basically, Shibuya Kaho is, she used to be a Japanese AV actress. Now she is a streamer. Someone from the VTuber agency VShojo approached her to try to get in good contact with her, to, you know, try to get help with Japanese, I believe Japanese like IRS type stuff, Japanese tax type stuff. And also this person, he or she, ended up doxing the faces of a lot of people in VShojo. Who knows who knows how many, who knows where, but they were being shown here. Of course, I say it because I love the talents I worked with. I was only secretly hoping he would lose his job one day. Another creator was showing photos of VTubers. I learned most despicable as the company has done to their talents. Don't know if he's involved in it, but yeah, on the JP side, someone was doxing VTubers' faces. Let's talk a little bit about what Zentreya had to say about this whole thing. This is from her stream recently. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Here's where she talks a little bit. Let's see. She's a lot of silence.
There's a lot going on. I can't really say too much. I know you guys got a lot, you know, questions. There's a lot of questions. A lot of people are hurting right now. I think a lot of us want answers.
I want answers. Everyone does. Like
Holy
a lot
shit.
of, yeah, it's just a lot of people don't know what the heck's going on. A lot of people are just like wondering what the hell is going on here.
I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's already saying too. Like, I know some people haven't been paid.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't been paid.
But, yeah, I haven't gotten paid either yet. I know
She
me and
hasn't.
my lawyer are. We're working. But, I mean, shit's crazy right now.
It is very crazy right now. It is absolutely
There's
crazy
a lot
right
of
now.
people saying a lot of things. I'm being very cautious of what I'm saying so nothing gets misconstrued.
So yeah, she goes on to talk about the whole situation, her thoughts, things that she's, you know, going to be trying to say. She wasn't paid. That's
Those
the main
rooms
thing.
you see in the cartoons where, like, There's tape all across the fucking room. Imagine that right now.
Oh yeah, that caution
We
tape,
were all
caution tape
stepping
everywhere.
over every single fucking tape.
But yeah, the main point that I wanted to put out here is that she wasn't paid. Again, everyone wasn't paid. This is the bad part that we are finding out now as more people are talking about it. This sucks, and I'm glad that Zen got out when she did. Every single person who can get a lawyer is getting a lawyer. I'm sure Zen is going to help out anyone else who needs a lawyer. This is really blowing up in their faces. But I do wish them all the best of luck. This part is going to be mainly about Hime Hajime, but I did want to show you guys before I move to Hime Hajime about what's happening with VShojo. They have a page that shows their affiliates, and the only affiliate that they have left is VShojo Japan. They have, it seems like, released everybody from their affiliate program. Everyone has been released as an affiliate from them, and that is, it is a weird situation. It is a strange situation for a company to destroy themselves this quickly. We all know why now, because of the money that they laundered, pretty much money laundering at this point, charity fraud, that type of thing. But let's talk about Hime Hajime here. And we're going to be taking a look at her. She is from VShojo Japan. She was a part of VShojo Japan. She was a part of VShojo Nova, which was the most recent group that did debut in Japan. It was the first time they debuted a generation in any of VShojo. And she has said, I can confirm I have also quit VShojo. These past few years, I got to meet and befriend some amazing people, but I can no longer be a part of the company. I'll be streaming as Hime. I know I am on and off, but I'm sticky mittens here. So it says, love you, Giga, as well. Akamiko, a lot of people have been sending her lots and lots and lots of love. This is absolutely insane to see, of course. Whoop, there it is. Yes, a lot of people are very happy that she's made this decision, but also sad to see a company that a lot of people have done a lot of people have just done their best in this agency. It's really, I don't know what more to say. I'm getting all jumbled, and I do apologize for that, but I don't know what more to say. It's just, they tried their best. Everyone tried their best. Everyone who's saying all these wonderful things, all the people who are supporting other VTubers in here are doing their best, did do their best to keep the company afloat, but the company had no money, didn't pay them, that kind of thing. It was really bad. Because remember, they pay sponsorships. Everything they do on Twitch, YouTube, etc. goes directly to them, but sponsorships, etc., they weren't paid for those, even though VShojo got paid themselves. And that's what sucks. And I do wish her the best. Short moments, but this is going to be a short one here. Starlight Daryl did Music Box of Fate, did also things for Iron Mouse, things like that. They are very well known in the sphere of composing music. They put this out yesterday when the whole thing happened with Iron Mouse. They put it out that nowhere near what Mouse has experienced, nowhere near what she's going through, but for the past year, about year or so, she has been habitually late. Like the VShojo have been habitually late in paying me for commissions, sometimes leaving thousands of dollars out of my invoices unpaid for months at a time. Try to be patient, but knowing they were stealing charity money from Mousy while it was all happening makes me sick to my stomach. For clarification, I am fully paid as of present, thanks in large part to the talents and their immediate managers. I am, however, hearing that there are people who have still not been paid properly, such as Shiro Beats and others, to please give them their support. So Shiro Beats is another one here who has not been fully paid. This is the music artist as well. It says, I still remember when the guy VShojo who was in charge of us was too busy playing Fortnite and sending game invites instead of paying us or helping with project management. You can't make this stuff up. Bro was getting a full salary and still asked me for help with everything he did. Meanwhile, I wasn't even getting paid and was basically making this guy money for free. So yes, VShojo was screwy, and they didn't even pay their contractors. They didn't even pay people who are doing art or commissions for them. This is even more scummy. And of course, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. This really does suck. This is a bit of a short one, but of course, we're taking a look at the VShojo talent roster that they have here. A lot, if not all of these people are going to be gone soon. A lot of these people are already gone, but many others are going to be leaving very, very soon. And of course, this is something that does suck for for the community. But one thing I want to show is the talent. This is Iron Mouse's talent page. She's gone. She's been removed. 404, because of course I think the lawsuit and everything that's happening there. 404 gone. People who aren't gone yet, Amalee, Kson, K9 Kuro, Michimochievee, Projekt Melody, all the other ones are still there. They have not been removed. The only one that's been removed fully is, of course, Zentreya, who's no longer there. Then you also have, some of the other people who've left, in a more direct way. Matara Khan is no longer there, and Iron Mouse is no longer there. That's just what I wanted to show you guys. Welcome back to the VTuber Showcase, everyone, where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do this because I want it to be a positive space for VTubing. Today, we're talking about Daphne Duck, a rubber ducky V-Power. Of course, we're talking about them because they're your favorite rubber ducky companion. Let's take a look here. Rubber ducky, food enthusiast. I thought it said food enthusiast originally. Virtual Quickster, became a bath buddy. And let's take a look at something that she has done.
You have big, beautiful eyes, by the way. Thank you. The Fiery. Can I call you Al? I'll call you Al for now. Look at my eyes.
Alright, everyone, I need you to look only at my eyes.
There we go. Of course, everyone's just looking at the eyes, of course. And you have Daphne Duck on their VTuber YouTube here, where they have some shorts. And that's where they're getting started with everything there. Thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always. And of course, take a look. And if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.